Hello guys, welcome to my channel. Vidri changes are finally out, so let's talk about them. Astra received significant changes. Evelyn received some nice buffs as well. Pretty good stuff. We'll start first with Astra. We'll begin first with normal attack. Now the additional attacks from it are classified as X special attack. So V-engines like the Volt can be used on Astra. Kaboom should still be better, but if you don't have it available, the Volt is a decent option you could consider using now. Also, this normal attack will now consume energy if sufficient to release an additional tremolo and 3 clustered nodes. Her special skill, during the charging, you'll be able to continuously gather enemies. How strong is this pull? We're not certain, but it's definitely an interesting feature. Perhaps it's a strong pull as Nicole's. Who knows? We will see. Also, within the special skill, you will be able to release 1 to 3 tremolos based on the charge duration. So the longer you charge it, the more tremolos you'll get out there. And also while charging up, of course, you will also be gathering enemies together. This would be definitely a useful feature for wave type of content. Area of Elegance, I believe it only received some wording changes. It effectively works the same as before. Now let's talk about the chords mechanic. Now the chords are generated for every 25 energy points Astra Yao has. Also to trigger it, it is done through quick assist, chain attack, defensive assist, or evasive assist. Her energy consumption for chords has also been changed. Now effectively it's fixed 1 chord 25 energy to release an additional tremolo and clustered nodes. Her core passive also received some changes. Astra Yao energy recovery has been removed. It does not exist anymore. Her attack buff has also been changed. Well, it is still up to 1200 attack. However, you do need to have more attack on your Astra Yao to be able to achieve that, because it's 35% of her attack instead of 40%. And do know this is her initial attack. This basically means that you will need 3429 attack rather than 3000 attack at her max core F leveled up to get the full attack boost. If you want to have a general idea of how much attack substats you will need, feel free to look at this picture. Thanks to Leifa and Gymraid 3 for this one, so you can see exactly by average how much attack you would need to get enough attack. But I believe it's going to be doable to reach the full number, especially if you're using triple attack pieces. Of course, the energy then could be a bit sassy, I guess, but you do have the V engine. However, the V engine also did receive some changes. We'll go over that in a bit. I would like to talk about their additional ability first. It also did receive some change. Before, it used to restore energy points for your teammates. Now it will release 1 tremolo and 3 clustered nodes when consuming energy for perfect dodge or normal attack finale. So basically, now with additional ability, you will not get the energy for your teammates, but you will get to do more damage. I believe this is fine. Her V engine also did receive a change. Now it went, I believe, back to attack percentage, 30% attack percentage instead of 60% energy regen. Her V engine also did receive the changes within the passive. Now the energy recovery is going to be 5 energy points whenever you trigger a team character via cut. Her V engine passive has also been changed. Now the energy recovery, 5 points that is, will be triggered whenever a team character enters via quick assist, chain attack, defensive assist, or evasive assist. Once every 5 seconds. That's the cooldown. So technically, you'll be able to recover quite a lot of energy with this one. And if you do have her signature, I believe you will not have any energy issues whatsoever if you do decide to not play with an energy drive disc 6. Of course, this stuff will require some more testing, but I believe it's going to be alright with her, even if you don't have her signature, as long as you play with Kaboom. And if you don't have Kaboom, I guess the Volt. Also, the energy consumption requirement has been changed. Now, whenever the equipped character consumes 25 or more energy points, the entire team damage will be increased by 10%, up to 2 stacks. So you'll have effectively a 20% damage boost for your entire team as well. And also now the V engine specifies that the damage boost effect is unique to the entire team, so you cannot stack multiple of these V engines in the team if you wanted to do so. Astra Yao did receive some Mindscape changes as well. I'm not gonna go over in detail over that stuff, but if you're interested, feel free to pause the screen and look through them, because personally I don't really like to promote that much of Mindscape. shapes, especially on not a rerun character. But if you want to take a look at it, feel free to pause the video. So basically the TLDR for Astra is that now she has one cord for 25 energy fixed, and the attack buff requires you 3,429 attack rather than 3,000, assuming you maxed her core skill all the way. The buff does last 20 seconds, still the same, up to maximum of 30 seconds if triggered repeatedly. Also, your off-field damage now is considered as X special damage. That means that you can make Volt work, especially it's useful if you don't have Kaboom available. The energy gain that you could get for your team was removed from her additional. How much was this beneficial? I'm not certain, but even without it, I believe it's gonna be fine. Now, let's talk about Evelyn. But before I talk about Evelyn, I would like to let you know that you can support this small channel by subscribing. It's completely free of charge. Smile. I really appreciate it a lot. I'm just gonna wait here for a second or two if you want to do the click, smile, and let's now continue with the video. So for Evelyn, the changes are pretty much straightforward. Evelyn did receive some changes regarding the point system. Instead of the points, it's now a percentage based on her flame. It's pretty much the same, nothing really different about this specifically, but the biggest change for Evelyn is her additional ability. Before, it used to buff chain attack and ultimate damage boost as a 35% boost. Now they simply changed it that you get a 1.25 damage multiplier instead. So effectively she's getting increased skill damage multipliers, which makes the character much better. By having this number increased, and you still get other buffs elsewhere normally anyway, she's gonna end up being pretty good, much stronger. I would not be surprised if Evelyn ends up being stronger than 1.0 units after all. According to Leinfa, the supposed damage increase for Evelyn depends on the team. It could be between 5 to 9% increase. The more damage bonus a team had before, the bigger the increase will be due to replacing that 35% damage bonus multiplier with a 1.25x skill damage multiplier. So it's pretty good stuff. Personally, I'm happy to see stuff like this because getting a DPS after Miyabi, and let's say if that DPS would be around the level or slightly better than a 1.0 S-rank DPS like Zuyu 1, I don't think that's enticing for many people necessarily to pull. But of course, if you do like the jiggle, who doesn't, you would go for it anyway. But now, thanks to this change, she's gonna do even more damage. Personally, at this point, I wouldn't be even surprised if they buff her a bit further. But nevertheless, I am happy to see these changes. I think the Astra changes are quite fine. However, there could be a concern in terms of building her, how much attack stats you will need. But even let's say if you don't reach exactly 1,200 attack, let's say you have 1,150 attack, it's still gonna be fine because eventually you will get the gear over time, the substats that is, and you will hit those thresholds. It's just a matter of time. The longer you play, the more gear you will get. So I believe this is gonna be fine. I just hope you have the Kaboom, the cannon available for her. If not, there's always the Vault, I guess. So yeah, I guess these are pretty much the V3 changes. There's also a couple of extra things I would like to talk about in here. There is supposedly going to be a skin for Ellen/Astra Yao. Take this with a big grain of salt. It might happen or it might not. We also have some ZZ update version plans. As you can see here, this is heavily subject to change. So effectively after 1.7, which is rumored to be Hugo Vlad Ice Attack DPS in that patch, we're going straight in 2.0. I did take a quick glance at the calendar, and I believe 2.0 would be around somewhere like May or something like that. So it's not exactly around anniversary time, but if they make some patches longer or shorter, they could effectively make 2.0 line up with the anniversary if they wanted to do so. And also 2.x series will apparently go up to all the way to 2.8 into 3.0. Like I said, take this stuff with a massive grain of salt, including with the skins. Also, they're currently currently 31 characters that have been completed. This is effectively 26 characters that are already in the game, plus 2 characters, which is Evelyn and Astra, with an additional 3 characters that we do not know yet. But this would basically tell me that if they already have like 3 characters complete ahead of time before release, this means it's very likely they will be able to pump 2 S-rank characters per patch much more easily, similar to something what you have in Honky Star Rail when they release 2 5-stars per patch. Of course, there might be some A ranks in between, but I would not be surprised that with this type of schedule and the pacing they're doing, they might keep going with 2 S ranks per patch. Just as a heads up, in terms of reruns, it probably would be done something similar to Honky Star Rail, where they just rerun the banners alongside the new characters. So nothing like in Genshin, where you have like 3 weeks of just reruns or something like that. So yeah, I guess this is truly it for this video. If you have any more questions or would like to add anything yourself, feel free to write it down in the comments. And also, I do stream every single day on Twitch/YouTube. You can always drop by if you just want to chat and hang out. And yeah, that's it. I wish you a wonderful day and see you in the next video.